How about now? Can you hear me now? Sorry. I think I had the wrong one. I'm using this thing called OBS Blade. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me now, Ping? It's weird that the intro music was just continuing to ping. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry. We're going back to the beginning here. As I was saying, welcome to Side Dish. It's just me tonight. Amy and Denise are out of town. I contacted Landon. He's in Georgia or somewhere. And then I contacted somebody else and they were sick. So I figured, well, I guess I'm doing this by myself. So what I'm doing tonight is I've got the control thing over here and we're just going to go for it. Oh, hey, there she is. So I am, as I was saying where you couldn't hear me, is I am going back to the beginning. Amy and I are doing this kind of wellness, kind of just substitution, eating better type of a deal. And part of that is getting this type of a thing where we like food and we're going to substitute in like again, non-fat Greek yogurt for something, right? So that's a thing where we can use it, but I still want it to be creamy and delicious and all of the things that that we're making. And then we're just going to make a real simple gin and tonic to go with it because that's kind of what it's simple, back to the basic. We were all watching, I'm guessing. So yeah, Amy and Denise and some other friends are all in wine country. And then, like I said, Landon is in somewhere, and so we couldn't do it. So this will be the first show I think I've ever done by myself outside of the Thanksgiving hangs, which is not really by myself. So here we go. We're doing it because we are building to our 5-year anniversary, which is insane to think about. We're trying to do this so that we're just a throwback. I mean, 5 years is a long time, and with this recipe being the first, we haven't really gone back and explored it again. Let's see. I think tonight is going to be difficult because I don't have the commentary in here. But, so let's just get started on a few things. First thing is we're going to do the put together a little bit differently. I need to get these potatoes started. So I've got little Yukon Golds, or yellow potatoes, whatever. And I'm just going to get them into, I've got boiling water back here, ouch. How is everybody? I hope you have had a wonderful week. It's been a pretty good week around these parts. Busy, but nice spring day until today and yesterday where it started to snow. This morning, and then I'm supposed to golf tomorrow, but they're calling for golf, or not golf, they're snow on the ground. So a little hard to golf without a few extra equipments to golf with in the snow, white balls and all, you know. Been busy with a few things at work, just kind of getting some stuff going there, but that's not why you're here. What have I been doing by myself? Last night I went to deposit a check, and then I saw the Ace Hardware store was open nearby, and I know that they had some Traeger stuff in there, so I went and bought a few things. And then that set me off on an adventure to clean the Traeger, which I did, and as it was getting colder, I realized I probably made a mistake. But, you know, what are you going to do? I think that it's good. I got it done because it really rained last night, more than I expected it to. And it was, I don't think the high was higher than 47 or something like that today. Oh, nice. That clears out a few things. Yeah, the rain was crazy because I went to bed sort of late because I was making, I did a few things I made yogurt, and the ice cream machine is also a yogurt maker, so it came out more runny because I tried to sweeten it, and I think that inhibited the culture growth, but who knows? So I'm making another batch. But anyways, back to, so I got it all cleaned up. I don't think I'd ever cleaned it, the Traeger like fully 100% cleaned it, and it was gross. Like I blew it out, and then I vacuumed it out, and then I sprayed on their cleaner, and it was gross. Hi, Annie, welcome. It was like just caked on dust, or not dust, it's smoke and grease and that kind of stuff. It's much better now, which I'm happy about, because I'm gonna smoke a turkey tomorrow for, try and do some Sunday prep of the couple of proteins that we're gonna use for the week. So I tried to do 2 anchor proteins. One is turkey and the other one is salmon for next week. So that'll be fun. Oh, housekeeping, we will not have a show next weekend. We'll be out of town for a little weekend getaway with some friends. It's gonna be awesome. We're going to the coast, California coast. Going to enjoy that. And then we'll be back after that. And that will lead us to the last 2. What? I think it's, I don't know. I'm trying to improve on them, Annie. So I don't know. Maybe I got a little bit more wordy than I normally do. But yeah, so then we'll be on the journey to 5 years on the 24th. So that would put, I think, 2 weeks. That would put us 2 weeks out from when we get back. The pain with these little guys is that, you sort of just have to do the chopping motion like over and over again, whereas you can chop the other ones pretty fast. Yeah. Anyways, I've been playing outside, and I got greenhouse stuff going. I've been thinning out the tomatoes, which are starting to get decent size. I don't know, I don't have banana peppers up, which is, I don't like that. And, because I really like the banana peppers like we made. So I may have to go get some just starts for banana peppers this year and call it good. But I do have some Tabasco peppers that are up, and I'm going to use that to maybe we'll do a hot sauce episode. Oh, the dogs are fine. They're just, they're just being dogs. They're lazy, as always. Nobody's been doing much of anything around these parts, to be honest with you. It's been, I cleaned out the fridge. There's something that I did, which was fun. Oh, this is probably, if DP was here, that would be driving her crazy. I can't believe nobody said anything. So yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be colder than it is today. But anyways. That's true. We could make our own Bloody Mary mix. That's actually a really great idea for a show, Annie. Thank you. I really like that. I do love a good Bloody Mary. I want to do a Bloody Mary episode. I think I've said that before, because I feel like a Bloody Mary, while it should be simple with a few accoutrements that you make, you could make it, because it's so often used as a breakfast sort of, or a brunch drink, kind of it's so hearty being a vegetable-based cocktail, which you don't have a lot of. So then I could start selling a side dish Bloody Mary mix. How about that? You guys buy that? Somebody was calling me on Discord. No thanks. So I'm going to get this back on. I use this to boil the eggs, so the water should be fairly hot. And I'm going to heavily salt this with 2 of these bad boys, and we'll get it back up and boiling. So one of the things I'm doing a little differently this time is I've got our bowl set, and what I'm doing is I'm going to make basically a dressing, kind of a dressing base, why am I doing that? Well, I want to make it so that you allow the flavors to kind of come together. And I found that when you're, oh, nice. When you are using the Greek yogurt, kind of blending it together with everything helps with the flavor build out, I think. Sorry, I gotta find, okay. And that is what we're kind of looking for here. So like I said, I've just got Greek yogurt, which we've been using in a number of things. I made a chicken salad was it last week or the week before? And they was really good because I only had I used more, I used more Greek yogurt than I used the other. So I need 3/4 of a cup of the mayo, or Greek yogurt. So we'll just kind of, sorry if I can try and, let me go over here and then I can move the camera around if I need to. Whoop. I'm the worst. Week before, yeah. It was good. Chicken salad, and it was really good in it. And again, I'm not looking to totally weed out mayo. I mean, if I was going to make mayo too to go with this, to show you could use extra light olive oil to make which we've done in the past. But I wanted to use it in this to, I guess, suggest that you can kind of make healthier mayo you could use avocado oil if you needed to, but I didn't have any of that either. So here we sit. So it kind of got a sour creamy texture to it, I guess. Okay, so I'm just, again, everything into the bowl here. And then we're just everything's gonna kind of whisk it together. So we're I'm doing this sort of a little more backwards than I would normally do it. Where I would put the potatoes and the veg and everything and mix that together and then add the quote-unquote dressing on top of it, but I'm not doing that. So we're going to try because I want this dressing to sort of, while the potatoes are doing their thing and we're prepping for the rest of this, I want the sauce to sort of meld together and really allow the spices we're going to put into it, which are nothing, I know, I should have definitely made it. Don't worry, I got the miniature lab right down here. I knew that's what you wanted me to do. I have a few things to show. So I need a 1/2 cup of just mayo. And again, I'm just using our good friend Best Foods, AKA Hellman's for those on the East Coast. So I think that's it, 1/2 cup. Oh no, 1/3 of a cup. Woo, that was close. So you can see it's not a ton of mayo in here. We're really just wanting the mayo to help with smooth it out and add the kind of that creamy richness that you're going to get. Again, we're not going to get away from the potato salad having mayonnaise in it. I don't want to be honest with you. If I was going to do that, I'd make a German potato salad, and I don't want to do that either. So, sorry, Ted. Vinegar based? No way. Okay, so then I need some Dijon mustard, which I've got right here. Ooh. Ooh, this is new. Come on. So much for that making things easier. I think I need to make more. Well, once I get rid of this, it's the mayo. I need to get some more containers. Oh, it kind of smells. What is that? It smells like farts. That's weird. Give it a little shaker. And I think I need about 2 tablespoons of this. And again, this is going to help kind of give a good flavor profile to this. We are going to use yellow mustard too, so don't worry. But it's we're sort of building out this as we go. Hopefully that shouldn't take too long to get back to boil. Has anybody made anything really good this, or have any substitutes like, we talked about it a little bit, but like substitutes for this kind of a thing where you might not have to put mayo, but you might just put something else? I suppose you could put the dreaded Miracle Whip, which, ugh, again, too much vinegar. Now, I say that, and I'm going to put a pickle brine in here. I don't count that as vinegar because it's flavored. But I guess it is. I guess it's technically that. So, okay. And then I need 1/3 cup of our good friend yellow mustard. And we're gonna we'll adjust for seasoning and taste at the like adding more mustard if we want it to or whatever. But again, we want to start. I don't think we'll need to, but we want to start and then we'll adjust as we go. Ooh, sparkling Pinot Noir. Well, that's good. Miss Fancy Pants there was drinking Dom Perignon earlier and was sitting there looking like she was having the greatest time of her life being pampered. So while I sat around here eating chips. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay. I've got pickles. They're dill, Vlasic kosher dills. Oh, got me. That's basically what I need. I needed 1.5 tablespoons, and that got me there. Yeah. Oh, we haven't. I don't know if we did. I think we did do potato leek soup on here. Yes, we have because I've tried to make it twice and forget that I've made it, and then I have to be reminded that I have already made it. So, okay. So now I have granulated garlic and granulated onion, and I need basically 1/2 teaspoon of each, nothing too serious. It's not, again, we're gonna let this sit and do its thing, but we're not going to, we're gonna adjust. If we want more of this, then we will add more of this, but I think for now, we'll do our thing. What was the winery you found, my love? Hello, Mingus. Welcome to the show. Where you been these days? I believe it was kind of an earlier one. Yeah, if Ping wants to take a look or anybody else wants to take a quick look at the episode list, we could allow that, I suppose. And then, again, our old friend Salt. I said, what winery did you find? You said you found a new winery. Now, the potatoes are going to have some salt. They're going to be salted because we put those salt discs in there. But again, I want to make sure that we have what we want here. Whoops. I just now put us into full screen, but I need to see you. Fopiano? Is it something like that? Okay. The other thing I am going to add, it's not to be here now, but I am going to add like a quarter of a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then we'll sprinkle on the top too. But I want to make sure it has a depth of flavor. Smallish, very good. Denise bought a case of wine, somebody who doesn't even drink that much. Well, good for her. And then we're just going to kind of mix this together. Oh yeah, thanks. Go do that right now while I'm using the French whisk. Oui, oui. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you. To kind of mix this around. French whisk. Oof. So yeah, I've got turkey thawing in the fridge tomorrow. Maybe I may do it on Monday. I haven't decided, but I probably will do it tomorrow so that it's ready, so I can get things prepped for the week. There's a dog over here who just gets creepily closer and closer to where he's not supposed to be. Fouet? Oh. Un petit fouet. Yes, that was the oofta. That was Blue laying down over here, wondering why his life is so difficult. All right. Yeah, I got about, I think, a few minutes to go. I made strawberry jam last night. Fouet. Ah, un petit fouet. That's a tiny whisk, right? Is it? Yeah. Okay. So Amy has been working on this this project. It's like another little mini scene, but like it's like in a book, right? But look, then you open the book, and it is this beautiful lab scene. Let's see if I can zoom in here so that everybody can see what it is here. Just letting everybody get a good look. Look, there are little glasses in there, everyone. It's amazing. A clock, things on the wall. I mean, I don't know if you can, maybe you can go, there we go, if I go down. Look, there's this, look, I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I can zoom in even more. Nope, that's about as far as I can go. There is a little electrical outlet with a like fluorescent light plugged into it. Like it's the fluorescent light. That is the most beautiful, this is ridiculously awesome. It's so good. So, okay, let me get, and then this, I've had this going for a while, but I wanted to show you guys this too. So I've made a little terrarium. And that terrarium is growing quite well. And it's got some ferns, it's got like moss growing, some different plants. There are some isopods in there, like roly-poly bugs. There's springtails that help, keep everything clean. Basically, it's my first attempt, and I love it very much. I need to find a new, I have bought a thing that I want to use for it, but I'm not sure. I may have to glass cut the top. I haven't decided yet, because it might be too small for even what I want to do. So those are some projects that we have been working on. Let me get some of this stuff. We can get some more chopping done here. So this is just some dill that's going to go in. I think that we have been incorporating a lot of like fresh herbs into a lot of the stuff we've been making to kind of give it some oomph for flavor and for this kind of is eating a little bit better. And I found that it makes so many meals so much better in terms of like just like adding a bit of an oomph of things. That's where it comes through. Because it gives it like a brightness. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. Throw that over there. I need about a half a cup of this red onion. I am going to, whoa, I actually did it. Oh, sort of. You know, standard. Like I said, I was going to golf tomorrow, but apparently, like I said, there's going to be snow. So now I have the whole day to myself. I went back to bed this morning, and because when I let the dogs out it's 6 o'clock, it was raining pretty heavily, and I said, no thanks to me. I won't be doing that today. So I might organize the pantry. I had organized it once before, but it's gone into disarray. So I'm gonna fix that, I think. We'll see how I feel. I also want to hang the rest of the string lights, and if the weather does allow me to be outside at all, up so that we have some good lighting out there. And I mean, I don't mind snow, okay? But when it has been 70 plus degrees every day for the last 3 weeks, it's a little bit what the hell, as they say. Make sure. And again, we're not doing too much of like vegetable. We're going to use the pickles that we got here. We're going to do about a half cup. I prefer, like I said before, I've said this many times, I prefer cutting my own pickles into like a relish than using, I don't know, a jarred relish. First of all, I've never really had a good dill jarred relish, and I don't want to use sweet relish in this. I never have. My dad does, and I like dill. I like the zing it gives you. We're giving it a rough chop because we're gonna chop the hell out of them anyways. So. Let me check the potatoes while I'm thinking about it. Okay. These are just starting to be fork tender. That is very hot. Yep, that's what we want. I do not want these to become mush. So I'm going to pour these into a colander. I forgot I needed hard-boiled eggs for this, and so I had to make very quickly. But I didn't want to, I had already done something. I knew there were 2 episodes. I couldn't remember which they were either. Because I like potato leek soup, and I thought to myself, you know what's funny? That title still may be potato leek soup. I may have to go look, but I think we pivoted to something else in that episode. All right, so these are going to sit for a few minutes. I don't want them completely cooled in this instance like we have in the past. I was reading about kind of, it will take the dressing. Have fun. Have something good for me. Remember, everybody, like and subscribe like Amy said. I mean, we can always do another cookie episode, that's for sure, and we could try and do another version of a snickerdoodle. I've got more cookies in mind. So that's a good poll for the group. I mean, like, I'm just still debating on what we should do for the 5-year anniversary show. Do we just do a celebration and we make something that's like for celebrating with different cocktails, or do we do we do a remix of an existing recipe? Maybe we can do our favorites, and you guys can put in the comments like some of your favorite episodes and stuff we made, and then we can kind of make a hodgepodge of things. I mean, it could be that it's a little bit of a longer episode too. We'll see, depending on if our stamina can hold up to it. So again, I'm going to give this another chop through a cup. We've done lemon squares. We did the homemade shortbread, and then I think we did a lemon bar recipe with the homemade shortbread. Okay, this is looking good so far. So let's make sure, what do we got left here? I'll do the eggs right before, so. Oh, lemon curd filled cookies? Oh, that sounds delightful. Okay, I'm gonna make a cocktail. Hey, Annie, there is no reason you can't go back and rewatch the episodes. I know it's fun to have all the have the commentary and stuff, but it is fun to go back and rewatch. I mean, I don't because I lived it, but you should. So I'm doing just a simple gin and tonic because I like simple. I wanted to do something where I didn't have to do that. So 2 ounces of gin. Again, you want a more florally or, non-florally gin of choice. So tonic water. I like this Fever Tree tonic water. I think it's pretty good. Ow. And then I'm not putting that in the shaker, obviously, but I do have some lime juice. I'm gonna shake this because I want to mix in about that. And you know what? I'm just gonna add a squeeze. Sorry for the off camera here. I'm gonna just give it a little squeeze of simple syrup. Not even, that's it. Okay. Whoops. Well, thank you very much. I feel very cute today. Okay. Oops, I dropped my stuff. I got some. I'm going to use our pellet ice for this because I like the idea of a little bit of crunch in the ice. And the cocktail's going to be cool enough as it is, or cool enough. That's a lot of rum and just a little cocktail or tonic, but that's all right. We can pour some more in there. all the way to the brim. Stir. If there was only a big box of stir sticks in my garage that I could find and use as a stir stick. Oh wait, there is. But that's mostly for Amy. Amy collected stir sticks, and we still have them sitting there. So, also gin and tonics remind me of I like a summer, they're good for that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, real good. Okay, so I'm going to add all of these guys into our dressing. And again, we're going to start to just assemble everything here. And again, I'm eyeballing all of this, so it looks like we have a little bit more than what we say we need. That's fine. That's not going to take away from the base flavor of everything. You know, Ping, I like the fact that you're just watching us on the big screen, or watching me on the big screen tonight. So, I mean, I'm testing some stuff for work, and it's a Microsoft Surface for a program that they do, and they want to maybe introduce them as a companion to what they're already doing. But we'll see. Okay. Those are still more hot than I like. So I'm just going to give them a little rinse and just to cool them down a little bit more than they are. You can't see me, but I'm rinsing potatoes. Oh, there we go. Okay. Still warm, but not hot. And you're thinking to yourself, Doug, didn't you just take all of the water and just put them back on there? Yes, and that's why I'm giving it a little shimmy shake here. So while that's a good plan. We'll do this. Order of operation. Yes, I know. Never. Listen, one thing about this show is if I use TV magic, I'll just tell you, I'm using TV magic. I will, it's funny because I was like, oh, I should get a pan tilt zoom camera for these kind of occasions. And then I looked at what they cost and I was like, maybe I won't do that. Because they can be expensive. I was really surprised how much they could be. So, and this is I boil the eggs in our kind of standard. I do boil water, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on. And you can go if you want it more jammy, you can go less time. But you can. And then put them immediately into cold water. And since I started doing this, I haven't had any problems peeling hard-boiled eggs to get everything off. So I guess that's the secret here. This is why I need Amy. This is why I need somebody behind the camera, but Amy's better at it. And I mean, Most of the time, I should say. So, ugh. Okay. Ugh. I have a visceral sort of, I don't know, eggshells feel ooh to me. Is that weird? Okay, I'm chopping these up. And again, we'll get these into manageable pieces. If you like more egg, put more egg. Who am I, your dad? There's a, I like it. I think you're just psychic, Ping, that's it. You just know. Now, I don't want to go too small. I want to make a variety here so that the potato, there's some chunk to it. I think potato salad is, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I think potato salad requires egg. It's just a thing that I'll stand by that statement. The way my dad made it is, you know. And so that's how I've done it. Okay, I'm gonna get a spoon for this. I've got a whole towel over here that I keep. Okay. Now we're gonna we might need more, you know, this might be a lot of, I want it to be saucy. That's how I want it to be. And this is going to be. So, but the potatoes will, you know, absorb this dressing a little bit because they are porous and they cool, but it's very mustard forward, so that might be something we need to like tone down. And that we could add, I think we could add a little bit more if we needed to. You could add a little bit more Greek yogurt to bring it out. So let me take my clackers out. Now, what do we know about potato salad and these types of things? Tomorrow, and I'm gonna cool this down while I make the rest of my dinner. But like, in 30 minutes, this is gonna be top notch. I'm just telling you now. It'll be cooled down. It'll have that benefit of cool down. But also tomorrow will probably be even better. And then we'll use this in our lunches and stuff that we're gonna do for the rest of the week. So let's taste her. Yep, it's definitely too mustardy. I don't know. You definitely can't taste that there's Greek yogurt in here. I do like the dill. You could add maybe parsley or something else. The egg helps. I think it needs to cool down. I do like this though. I think given a little bit more time to let it sit, all the flavors are going to meld together and you're going to get a really, yeah, and the sauce will set a little bit because it's warm too. Obviously I keep eating it because it's pretty good. I mean, look at that, $7.47. It is mustard forward. So I might cut back to a quarter of a cup of mustard and not a third of a cup. Because I think the Dijon, the addition of the 2 tablespoons of Dijon have upped that content. I think it's hard to tell. I don't know. I think it's good. But I'll tell you what it's going to be good with. Yeah. Oh, I know what I forgot. I'm going to add, well, eventually. All right, now we'll give it a little whirl here. Again, there is paprika in there, but yeah, I think it's good. I think it needs to cool, and it needs like a day. But that's how it always is. I mean, my dad used to, I think, make his hours before, at least, or a day before. So, you know, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's tangier than I would like with the mayo. I think I would go, yeah, quarter cup mustard, and maybe cup of Greek yogurt, and a half cup of mayo. If you're going to make that volume of dressing, you might not need that. So you could play by eyeball. The last time I made potato salad, like when I usually make it, I just eyeball everything to get the right balance. I think it might be too sauced, but again, once the potatoes cool and they've absorbed some of it, it's going to be good. Like I said, if you weren't here earlier, or if I was not on mic, we are not here next week. We will be out of town. But then after that, we should be here for basically all the way through for a while. We are traveling to Portland, so we'll do a show out of Portland at our friends Ted and Kim's, as we per to do. And yeah. Oh, so we had a bunch of strawberries that Amy got, or that Andrea got. And so I processed them, and then I was like, well, I haven't made strawberry jam in a while. And I have a bunch of the material, so I just made jam last night. I haven't even tried it yet. I'm gonna make a loaf of try to make a loaf of bread, and then I'm gonna eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. I think that's it. We did it. We made it through another one. For all of, again, like and subscribe if you haven't done that. I will be, if you want this recipe, let me know. But like I said, for the 5th anniversary, post in the comments, like, what do you think you want to see? What recipes do you want us to revisit? What kind of what was a dish that you thought, oh, we could do better on? Whatever the case is, maybe we'll do that, or we'll pick a few between what we're thinking, and then we will kind of build out the show based on all of that. So, okay. I don't know. That's it. I got to go through the other program so that I can turn us off. Remember that we love you, and I will see you not next week, but 2 weeks from now. And then once we have that done, we'll be good. So remember, hold on, let me get to the hotkeys if this works. That be kind, be loyal, do something, give grace where you can, and do something nice for somebody next week. This time of the world, we need to do that. Being nice is just there. So remember, we love you very much, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye. Whoops, I gotta go to the last thing.